Hello and welcome to Toys of the Jedi. This week we are doing a bit of a year in review. I'm joined by John Hipkiss. You probably have seen him from a couple of videos in the past. He's joined us for a couple of those. And we'll just be covering everything that has gone on in the year of collecting for Star Wars so far. So the year started off with...
It
It
was a dark time for fandom.
Absolutely, yeah. Not exactly the biggest fans of the Last Jedi. So while we were both, I think, pretty excited before it came out, it wasn't exactly the most exciting thing once we'd seen it. I don't know about you, but I kind of went back to my roots, as it were. I focused on a lot of the original trilogy stuff, the stuff that I really enjoyed about Star Wars, to try and put the more recent film at the back of my mind. So
Yeah, I just took a clean break from collecting and from just Star Wars news in general because I was very angry at a certain Ryan Johnson.
yeah,
So, but then I picked up some vintage, focused on that for the start of the year, and just kept interest that way.
yeah, it certainly helped. We also set out some collecting goals at the start of the year.
Yeah.
Gave us 3. How'd you get on with yours?
I was very close. One of my goals was to get any 12-inch vintage because I love the 12-inch figures, and I was very close at the second Echo to getting R2 and 3PO, but it cost.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But I think one of yours was the first 12, wasn't it?
The first 12, yeah.
So
which I did complete the first. Yeah, Han Solo was the missing piece. And so now, they're a nice
the original Kenner figures on those. So yeah, that's obviously done quite well there. I did all right. I got 2 of my 3. Mine were it was a Han Solo carbonite for the vintage Kenner. I had the carbonite block, needed the figure. Managed to pick him up for about £2.50 in the end. So well chuffed with that.
Was it a cupboard?
No, this was an eBay.
Was it?
eBay find, so I was very chuffed with that. That went well. I was looking for a set of the vintage Kenner cards, the blue backs, vintage Tops cards, sorry, and I kind of cheated a little bit with that. So I went for the heritage set from 2004. Again, picked that up at Echo. I was pleased with that. I may still look out for a proper vintage set when the right one comes along. But those will certainly keep me busy for now. And the other thing I had on my list was Giran from the Legacies collection, and I regret not picking him up sooner. I thought I had all the time in the world, and then Hasbro went and announced that they're building a barge, which meant that all the prices of the barge-related figures and Jabba figures just went through the roof. I think I saw one go for £147. So. That one suddenly shot out of my immediate price range, but a bit of a fail on that one. But we'll see how we go. I'm sure we'll make some new resolutions and see what we can do for next year and focus on those going forwards. So after those, what happened next? We kind of had the first Echo Live, didn't we?
Yeah. Then it was the Wookiee weekend.
Yeah, which didn't happen.
No. It was. Didn't you take a day off work?
I did take a day off work to do that, and it was not worth it. Was not worth it at all. I mean, we did. I had fun filming it.
Oh yeah,
but it was still very frustrating not finding anything at all. The only thing we did find was, of course, the Funko Mystery Mini.
Yeah.
It was.
We got. Oh no, I was going to try and grab him, but there's too much on top of him.
A bit dangerous. So you got Lando, didn't you?
Lando,
I
happy.
managed to pick up the Enfys Nest. Quite happy with what we actually got out of those.
Because we were just working off the dates, and because there was no confirmation either side. This is the date that's been branded around. That's the date we went by.
And given the lack of advertising they'd given previous years,
terrible.
It seemed to make sense.
Then halfway through the day, we were finally told that the UK was May the 4th.
Yeah, and still very little even showed up a couple of days later. So it's been a bit of a miss for Solo toys, unfortunately, in the UK. But the actual toys, once we did start seeing them,
fantastic. Really love the line.
Fantastic.
Really thrilled.
Really good, solid line of figures. We'll touch on that a bit
Yeah,
later. After that, obviously, Solo, the film dropped, and I've got to say, it was a breath of fresh air. It was a real treat. It was properly back to a fun Star Wars romp that that I think it's been missing for a little while.
Chris and I went together to the midnight. I remember we were both a bit nervous, weren't we?
Yeah,
Really,
yeah,
still feeling burnt because it was. I was so excited for the Last Jedi, and then of course the product that we had. But this, it's Solo now sits as my favourite for the new era. Very controversial. I know
yeah.
Rogue One is, but
It's
no,
yeah,
it's killer cast, killer story, great execution. Really thrilled with Solo.
fun,
Really, really
fun,
good.
which was the main thing.
Yeah,
Um, After that, we've had the second Echo Base event in Redditch.
really well put together.
Yeah, great fun there.
Really, really well put together.
It's a good chance to get together with some other collectors and what have you. So I definitely recommend going to those if you're in the UK, and even if you're not, we did have I think we've had some international collectors come across as
Oh,
well
yeah,
to
yeah.
actually visit. So
May the 4th.
well worth it. Yeah. Oh, that's the next one. Yes.
Yeah, May the 4th.
May the 4th again in Redditch. So hopefully see you there. And that brings us pretty much to Christmas. I've had a great Christmas. I got some nice Star Wars bits and pieces. How about yourself?
What did you have, Chris?
Well, funny you should ask. I finally was able to actually open up my Imperial hover tank from not hover tank, Imperial assault tank from the vintage collection. Really pleased with that. Really lovely toy.
Gorgeous.
I've got some of the Solo 5 point of articulation figures, books. I've got a droid's doormat. Which I didn't know I wanted, but
It's a
apparently
Christmas miracle.
it's perfect. It's exactly what I need. So some great bits and pieces. Yourself?
The Mission on Vandor set, which is absolutely fantastic. It's no doubt it will be showing up at the Entertainer or TK, but I haven't quite got the patience yet. Chris is good at patience. I don't possess it.
Get in there.
Yeah, so I picked a couple of Star Wars, but the gorgeous calendar that they've done this year, the posters one, and you can take them and you can frame them, which is probably the best one. My favourite so far. And just some nice little Star Wars knickknacks.
Yes,
That's all cool.
some good bits and pieces. And so that's kind of been the overall year.
Been a funny old year, really, for Star Wars.
It has. I mean, obviously we were expecting. Well, originally it was going to be Solo at Christmas, and then it was
It's a
swapped
shame
around
that they
and what
didn't
have you.
stick to that plan.
The Christmas time slot seems to work quite well for Star Wars films, but it is what it is, and we'll see what happens next year. We've obviously got plenty to look forward to for next year with
Disney Plus,
Yeah.
with the Clone Wars,
Mandalorian, Episode 9, Cassian.
Andor.
Yeah.
There's a couple of good, but I'm looking forward to Master and Apprentice.
Yes.
That should be a good novel. I look forward to going back to the prequel era.
And of course, shortly into the new year, a lot of certainly a lot of American collectors, American Canadian, will be getting their barge in February. So plenty of good stuff to look forward to. Next up, we're going to take a look at the best and worst figures that have been released this year. Okay. Right. Okay, so starting things off, we'll have a look at the Last Jedi line. This was a fairly short line in 2018. There wasn't a huge amount of stuff released in it. If you can just go through the list there.
We had Emperor Palpatine, First Order Flame Trooper, Kai Threnali or Threnali. We're not too sure.
No.
Sabak or Sabak. We don't know. Then we had the Entertainment Earth 2-pack with Captain Phasma and Finn in his First Order disguise. And then Rey Jedi Apprentice, which was
This was a 4-pack, wasn't it?
yeah.
That's on crates.
Who also came with a First Order Walker driver, First Order gunner, and then Rose, who had the poncho on from the Battle of Crate.
Yeah. So obviously fairly short line. Who was your favourite out of those ones released?
I'd probably have to say Kai. The sculpt, the whole that whole what they did, really nice. The detail, and he just looked quite stunning after.
Yeah, it's actually quite a nice sculpt, that 5POA one. But if you're a super articulation junkie like myself, you can quite easily pop the head off that one and stick it onto the Poe Dameron from the Black Series line in the 3 3/4 as well, and you get them all nicely super articulated. So works very well, especially
about
if you
you?
can pick him up at the Entertainer at the moment.
Oh,
You can get the Poe for a fiver. This guy for
333.
333. Nice
You're
articulated
sorted.
figure altogether there. So yeah.
How about yourself?
For me, hands down, the Emperor. He is a fantastic figure. I would say the best Emperor sculpt we've got so
Really?
far. Yeah. I know he's not super articulated, but with the soft goods versus hard plastic, I think in this case the hard plastic is the route that they have to go down.
Yeah.
He's got the interchangeable hands, so you can do the Force lightning thing. Yeah, he's a great figure, and he's one of the ones that actually with the sound chips for the Force Link stuff. He's got some great lines in there as well, so he's hands down winner.
Is it McDermott?
Yep,
Oh,
yeah.
it is. Oh, that's
It's
a nice
properly lifted from the film, so
Okay.
yeah, it's a good one there. And on the flip side of things, who's your dud
The
for
dud
this line?
For this line, probably the Flame Trooper. I just felt a bit redundant, really. It was a nice figure originally, sure, for TFA, but I don't know, it was, yeah.
He felt a bit like the one that should have been for TFA.
Yeah.
Because the only difference really was the bent arm, so he could hold his gun properly in two hands, which, don't get me wrong, it's a massive improvement, but it's a bit flat, isn't it? Yeah.
How about yourself?
I would have to go for the Captain Phasma from the 2-pack. Again, it's just not a particularly exciting figure.
It's the same.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah. We've got other Captain Phasmas already, and the one, again, the super articulated one from the Black Series is the one that wins it for me. So yeah, I'd go with Phasma on this.
Great one as well is the original 5POA Phasma. She's got that kind of
It's leaning almost like swagger.
that's like a bit of a Clint Eastwood kind of feel.
Yeah,
that was a nice
works
one.
Works quite well in that.
Short and sweet for that line, though.
Yes, yeah, that's it. And moving on to Solo. Right, so the Solo range of figures we didn't really see here over in the UK properly at all, did we?
Took a long time.
Took a very long time. Disney, I think, were the first place to get them in proper, weren't they?
Yeah.
Or was it Forbidden Planet?
Might have been Forbidden, I think.
Might have been, but yeah, it certainly wasn't mainstream. It took until early December, late November for the Entertainer to start getting them in. So yeah, it's been a tough line to actually to get. Do you want to just go through the list of figures that were available?
Yeah, we had a nice mix from Solo, but also a couple of greatest hits, I suppose.
Yeah.
Chewbacca, K2SO, Luke Skywalker, Jedi version, Maz, Kira, Range Trooper, Mimbam Stormtrooper, Kylo Ren, Moloch, Princess Leia from Hoth, Supreme Leader Snoke, Darth Vader.
Oh yes.
First
so we're
Order.
in wave 3 now, aren't they? These ones, yeah.
Yeah,
so
First Order Stormtrooper,
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker, Rey, Jedi Training, Wave 4, which we have yet to. Is there a release date? January, is it meant to be?
they are starting to hit in some places, but again, not over here. We haven't seen them over here.
Hefty price tag if you want to pre-order.
Yes, just a bit.
So for this wave 4, we've got L3, Mimbam Han, Keto Site, Rio, Imperial Royal Guard, Tobias Beckett, Val, and finally an upcoming one, the Imperial Patrol Trooper.
Yes, that was just a rumour. I haven't heard anything further about that yet.
Yeah.
So we can't class him as a best or worst for this year.
A question mark.
Yes, yeah. So those are the single pack figures that are out so far. I'd prefer it if it were a heavier lean towards the Solo figures. I don't know about yourself. Really could have done without another Darth Vader in the line.
And stuff like K2SO, it didn't really need. I know it was an update with the Force Link, but it just seemed a bit odd.
And in fairness, the lines for the K2 figure are actually quite nice. They're
It's great,
decent ones there. So, but yeah, it still for me lent a little bit too all over the shop. Should have been more focused on Solo. That fourth wave should have been the first wave out of the gates.
Oh, it's easier.
Hands down.
People would have snapped them up especially Rio, and all those. Yeah, it should have been. We have to say though, Chris at the start when we first started to get word, he quite rightly stated because now the Force link for the Last Jedi featured Kylo Ren,
Hmm.
and there's loads left. But you said, didn't you? What a smart move by Hasbro to put the main hand with his jacket.
Yeah.
You could only get that version, apart from the vintage collection,
Yep.
with the Force Link 2.0 and pay £25.
Yeah. And I mean, it seems to have done all right. I don't know how it's fared over in America, but it certainly seems to, wherever it is available, seems to be selling reasonably well.
Yeah.
Again, it's a more popular way of getting the figure, whereas you can get Kylo Ren any which way you want it.
In a few different ways.
Yeah. So I think if they do it in future, if they do something like that, maybe a slightly background character, maybe not quite your main.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit of a disappointment that you can't get Han Solo on a solo card. It's a bit of an odd one. But we'll see how it goes from there, what they do in future. Do you just want to run through the vehicles and the beasts? And
yeah, we had a good year for vehicles. It felt like the olden days. So we had Emphys Nests with her swoop bike. We had Rathtar with Balatik, Wampa with Luke Skywalker, A-Wing Fighter with Tally, Han Solo's Land Speeder with, of course, Han Solo, Imperial AT DT Walker with the Mimbam Stormtrooper, TIE Fighter, the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon with Han Solo, the smaller Millennium Falcon, and then the A-Wing Fighter with Resistance Pilot.
So there was a couple of repacks in there, but they were put into the Solo packaging, and of course given the new Force Link 2.0 sound chips and what have you. But yes, definitely some good vehicles in there.
2-packs. Good year for 2-packs as well. We had Darth Maul with Qui-Gon. We had the Kessel Guard and Lando Calrissian. Han Solo and Chewbacca, which would have been the Mimbam.
The mud fighting.
Yeah, mud version.
Yeah, mud wrestling.
Rebolt with the Carillion Hound, and then 3PO with R2.
Yep.
Then the 3-packs, we had Rose Tico with her First Order disguise, BB-8, right. BB-9E, Wave 4-pack was the Mimbam.
That was the one.
Sorry, Vandor. Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah.
Then the 5-pack was the Last Jedi one. Kylo Ren, First Order Snow Trooper, Holographic Maz, Poe Dameron, Rey, Island Journey.
This was the one that barely made it out anywhere. I think it was meant to be a Toys R Us exclusive, but didn't see the widespread because obviously Toys R Us are no longer with us.
Sadly. 6-packs. It was the Solo Imperial Forces one, which I would very much like. You got Han Solo. And he's in his Mud Trooper kind of disguise, well not disguise, but then we've got Stormtrooper, Squad Leader, Stormtrooper Mimbam, Imperial Patrol Trooper, Mud Trooper, and a TIE Fighter Pilot.
So it's a lovely set. It's just still very pricey at the moment, isn't it? And then of course, like you mentioned earlier, the Force Link with Han Solo. So yeah, there's still a decent set of figures. Might be a nice subset for a focus collector to dive into on that.
So what was your... Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, go on. It's just going to say, what was... looking at some of the favourites.
One of my favourites. Moloch was probably... It's a great sculpt. It's a weighty figure as well.
Yeah.
And you can take the whole... You can take the mask down. It's got the staff accessories really nice. And he just looks great.
It's a nice touch, isn't it? The mask.
Oh yeah. It's a nice detail, especially. Yeah. How about yourself?
Fully understand that. For me, it's the and I got to admit, hands up, I haven't got this figure in hand, but it's the.
We've seen him.
Yes, we've seen him. We've heard about it. Is the Rio Durant figure? Multiple points of articulation, lovely sculpt, and I think it helps that obviously he was a good character in the film. Really liked him.
Would like to have seen more of him. Really.
Yeah. Shame he's gone, but we all know that nobody in Star Wars is ever truly gone, are they? But so yeah, he was probably my favourite figure from the Solo line. I do want to give a couple of honourable mentions. The Han Solo that came with the speeder.
Fantastic.
It was a nice look, nice design that they'd given him there, but the the facial sculpt is actually a good match to the young Han Solo from the film as well.
Oh, it is, yeah.
The young version.
The young
That's the
version.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that one. That definitely gets a good.
The
measure for
range
me.
trooper as well.
Yes. Yeah.
That was a great figure.
Nice figure there. I do lean towards the vintage collection one because of the articulation on that, but yeah, it's still a decent figure.
Yeah.
And one of the Wave 4 again. It's not one I've got, but one that I think you like the look of was the Kessel Mine owner.
Keith Tolsite.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, we've only seen him at the second Echo, but it's a great design in the film. It just fits nicely into the whole Kessel sequence.
Yeah.
But yeah, the figure, I can't wait to get that figure.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail, a lot of paint.
Oh yeah, it looks
on him and
fantastic. Really, really
so,
does.
So yeah, he's a good.
Any duds for you in this line?
Yeah, there's a couple for me. The Chewbacca that came with it, and it's a shame because obviously you don't get too many different types of Chewbacca, but his hair's just like a blooming 1980s bouffant thing. It's not the Chewbacca that we see in the film.
Unless he's just come out the shower with Han.
Even then, I don't think it's a good match to that particular version of Chewie.
That's true.
So yeah, I wasn't.
He has got the second.
The bandolier, absolutely.
Bandolier,
I'm tempted to.
Wasn't that worth the £10 enough?
I'm tempted to nip down to the entertainer and get one for £3 and just slap that on a Black Series one to make my solo. Solo Chewie because that it's a nice addition, but yeah, the hair all wrong on that figure, all wrong.
Yeah.
How about yourself? Anything you weren't keen on?
Yeah, I disappointed with Maz. I'd never picked up Maz from the 4-pack from Force Awakens.
Yep. Yeah. Which is a nice figure.
So I picked up this Maz to put in with the Force Awakens collection, but of course she's the Last Jedi version. The backpack doesn't come off.
No.
And you're constantly reminded of that scene when whatever that was meant to be. I tried to no end, a good couple of hours to try and get this, and it just without damaging the figure. So unfortunately, I was disappointed with that. But I don't know, mate. If somebody out there knows how to get the backpack off, call me.
Drop us a line.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to some of the vehicles. Which was your favourite vehicle from the line? I
would have to say Enfys Nest with her swoop bike. It's a great sculpt of that figure. The figure stands really nice by herself, but she looks great posed, and I just love that whole. It reminded me. Yeah, I was really happy.
You're not tempted by the hand speeder? You sure?
Very tempted.
Put that as your favourite now? It's a good one. It is a good one. I think I'm looking forward to getting the Enfys Nest figure from the vintage collection and putting it on the speeder bike and combining those two. But I think as a kind of I lump the beasts into this as well. The Wampa was the favourite for me. I can see that one easily being released in the vintage collection in a vintage box, just like Kenner did back in 1980 something. I think that'd be a good, sensible repack and another chance for collectors to actually get their hands on one because it hasn't seen widespread release over here. And it really should. It's a fantastic figure, nicely articulated. So yeah, I hope that one does come back again. Give people another chance. But there were some other nice vehicles in there. So yeah, it's again comes down to a decent, solid line for somebody to make a focus on, should they want to.
Any duds for you?
In the vehicle line, yeah, the big Millennium Falcon that they did. Not the BMF. Let's not do that. But the calling it a big Millennium Falcon is a bit of a misnomer. The one that was the Force Link enabled had the panels that pop off. You could only fit Han Solo in the cockpit. I mean, the Millennium Falcon is all about Han and Chewie in the cockpit. You need the two of them there, and it just failed miserably on that. It's a big fail for me as a toy.
It was a hefty price tag as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like for me that the smaller version that they did, it had it got the foam on.
Oh, for the
that ejects off. Yeah, Now the Disney store did a version which to me is far superior for the price tag,
Yeah.
which I picked up around the film's release. That came with two mini Han and Lando figures.
Yeah.
It's got the sound effects, it's got the bells and whistles, but I just thought I don't know, and it didn't help that the foam was a different colour, grey, to the main body of the Falcon.
So you're not a fan of those two. Ironically, for a solo film, the Millennium Falcons are the big weak point in that.
Despite I like this design of the Falcon in the film, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been nice if they had taken the BMF and modified that.
Oh yeah.
That would have been a good shout. But again, I doubt we'll see something quite that size for a long time to come. Anyway, next up we'll take a look at the vintage collection and see what figures were in there. Right, so the vintage collection is my favourite line. It's my focus. So I was very pleased to see that it's come back finally. Bit of a slow start with the first wave. In fact, why don't you jump into the first wave?
Jakku Ray, Kylo Ren, Supreme Leader Snoke, First Order Stormtrooper. We had Jyn Erso, Rebel Hoth Soldier, the Walmart / Entertainment Earth exclusive Ray Island Journey.
Yeah, she's been a bit of a troublesome one for some collectors to find.
Walmart exclusive Mimbam Stormtrooper.
Again, now only just showing up towards the tail end, despite supposedly being out for months.
From Solo, Han Solo, Enfys Nest. And then from Rogue One, the Imperial Assault Tank Driver, Imperial Death Trooper. Back to Solo with Range Trooper, Dr. Aphra.
Yep.
And Captain Cassian Andor, Luke Skywalker, which I believe was Last Jedi. He was built as Last Jedi. Yeah. Those are the single packs. Then we had the 3-pack of Dr. Aphra, BT, and then 000.
They were the Comic-Con exclusives, weren't they? So that was the figures that were available, and just for the vehicles.
The vehicles, of course, we had the Imperial Assault Tank, and then the Walmart Imperial TIE Fighter, which was the one with the big
wings.
Big
that's
wings,
right. Yes. So, like I say, it was a very slow start for the vintage collection this time around. Too many repacks has been the main problem with this, especially when you can get those exact same figures for a $5 right next to them on the shelf. It's a no-brainer which one people.
A couple of peg warmers they've become.
Yeah, but I've been able to pick up most of these so far. There's only the Cassian and the Luke Skywalker that I haven't picked up yet. But again, I've already got those from previous waves, so I'm not rushing.
So this is your meat and potatoes. What's been your standout?
I've got to be honest. I love the Imperial hover tank driver. I know it's not a hover tank; it's an assault tank, but I think the figure that goes with it is a really good figure. Solid. He fits into the tank nicely, well articulated. They're obviously releasing the Commander with a little bit of paint deco next year, so looking forward to getting that one as well.
Lucas Trooper, I call him.
The Lucas Trooper.
Yeah, that was the one that Lucas picked out.
Yeah, absolutely right. When he was doing the rounds beforehand.
I'm probably the only one that calls him the Lucas Trooper. No one has a clue what I'm talking.
Takes a minute, but then that's probably my favourite on those. And yourself?
Well, purely for nostalgia reasons, I would have to say the Rebel Hoth Trooper, because of course it was the only one of Empire packaging. Everything has been either Last Jedi, Force Awakens, or the standalone stories. So it was just nice to see that trooper with that sculpt on that kind of packaging. I look forward to them doing more of those.
Absolutely. It was a tough figure to find for a while. I think he did make it out in bigger numbers afterwards, but it's still a solid figure.
Popular with other people.
It was a sensible repack to do on that one. So please, definitely a good shout there. And on the other side of things, the ones we don't like to talk about,
the dud. Oh dear, I'd have to say Snoke. Really, it again. I shouldn't let my. I like Snoke, but
should have had more to do.
He should. Yeah, he needed, and of course, the package, the artwork, and that whole, it just something did not look right to me about that figure.
It didn't translate brilliantly in that scale, did it?
No.
The
Yet the 5 POA one, which was just a solid plastic, I'd have to say that looks
better.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it doesn't
Something
help.
about the cloth.
It doesn't help that when you take the cloth off, he's got a weird sort of.
I am bought it.
Yeah. Less said about that, the better. But yeah, so I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
For me, it's the First Order Stormtrooper. It's not a bad figure per se, but the articulation on it needs a little bit of improvement. You still can't quite get the nice tight poses that you need to be able to with the trooper. And I mean, maybe that's true to the actual real life
Probably.
armor. That's quite difficult to work in. But I think they could have done some bit of work on that one there to improve that. So,
Good call.
Yeah.
But I don't think we can wrap up the vintage collection line, which you are now the proud owner of, which I'm very envious of, which is the tank.
Yes, yeah. The tank. Like I said, I got it for. I picked it up at Echo. Had to wait a long time. And finally was able to open it at Christmas. It's amazingly detailed. It's a fantastic sculpt, and I just hope a lot more collectors are able to get this into their collection. It's some really nicely weathered. The box art is beautiful. It's a fine addition to the vintage collection.
Yeah.
I'm very pleased to have it in mine. So yeah, definitely that's for me the best vehicle so far.
Really?
Sorry, I should say in the current vintage collection.
Sure,
for
yeah,
this time around. Because the other one we got was the TIE Fighter.
Yeah.
And while it's the best sculpt of the TIE Fighter,
yeah.
it's still a hefty price tag for what is essentially a repack, isn't it?
Whereas the tank, obviously, is just
it's all new.
Yeah.
It's all new. It's lovely. But so yes, that's a definite winner for me. I think that's it for the vintage collection, isn't it? For this time around so far?
Looking forward to it gaining more momentum.
Yeah, getting a few more releases next year. Right, so moving on to the Black Series. Now, this isn't a line that either of us are hardcore into. It's quite an expansive line. I think they've actually released more figures in this line than they have in any of the others for 2018, certainly. It seems to be where their focus is.
I just pick and choose what I like. A friend of ours, though, every single one.
Yeah, he's fully in on those.
But they are great figures. It's just because I keep mine in the packaging, so of course it's space and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But so this year we've had a hefty year, as Chris says. Wave 15 we had DJ, Ray Island Journey, and then Clone Captain Rex. Wave 16 we had the Death Star Trooper, Jawa, Han Solo, Grand Moff Tarkin, Range Trooper, Lando Calrissian. Wave 17, very short, we had Kira, and then 4 Lom, as I like to call him. Wave 18, we went back to Solo with Tobias Beckett, Rebel Trooper, Han Solo, Bespin, Val. Then Wave 19 kicked off with Val.
That's right.
Then we went to the Imperial Patrol Trooper, L337, Dengar, Princess Leia, Hoth, Lando Calrissian, Skiff Guard, Rio Durant.
Finished out that wave, didn't
it? And then we went on to some exclusives, which was a big year for the exclusives.
Yeah.
So we had Captain Phasma, which was a Quicksilver Baton exclusive. Clone Commander Wolf, which was a Disney Store exclusive. Is that right?
That's right, yes.
Chewbacca Target exclusive. Was that the one with his goggles?
That's right, yeah, from
the
Solo.
Solo one, yeah.
Absolutely.
The Gamorrean Guard, which was Target.
Yes.
Walgreens exclusive was General Veers.
That's right.
We had the Han Solo San Diego Comic Con exclusive. The Han Solo International exclusive with Princess Leia.
So that's the one where they're in the corridor. And,
it looks fantastic. Target exclusive was Moloch. We had the Princess Leia Bespin Escape, which was Target again.
Yep.
Then we had the Red Squadron exclusive.
That was to Amazon.
Was it Amazon?
Amazon, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
R2D2, R5D8, R2X2.
Mhm.
Then we had the Mimbam Stormtrooper, who was Walmart.
Yep.
The Stormtrooper with blast accessories. Then we had Zuckus, who was with Disney. Then we had Dewback with Sand Trooper. Emphys Nest with her swoop bike. Oh, which was a vehicle, which we're now going into
Yeah.
vehicles. And then, of course, we had the San Diego exclusives of.
It was like a centerpiece and Black
Yeah,
Series
yeah,
mix,
yeah.
wasn't it? With that was Kylo Ren and Rey.
Yeah, the
with that
Star
one?
Killer Base
Yes.
ones.
Yes, that's right.
And who? How can we forget the
Ah,
Porgs?
yes. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
the Porgs. So
So obviously there's a heck of a lot there.
you
If
don't
you're
realise how much comes out throughout the year, do you?
no, absolutely. If you're a black, well, I suppose if you're a Black Series collector, you do. You probably notice a big dent in your
Yeah,
wallet off the back of all that. But yeah, it's there's been some fantastic figures that they've done in there, and ever
Really
since they
gorgeous
stepped up to the face printing technologies that they've
It's
done,
been a game changer, really.
oh, massively. I mean, who's your favourite? Who's your pick from this line?
The pick from this year, it's got to be Rex.
Yeah,
Clone
absolutely.
Wars Rex. Love the character. Love any of the other figures I've got of him. And this one, I mean, you looked at the sculpt.
Yeah.
And you might as well have been just plucked straight from the. It was
Absolutely.
absolutely fantastic. Looks great. You could possibly my favourite Black Series.
Full stop.
Yeah.
Wow. It's interesting when you do a side by side from the Django Fett from last year, I think it was, next to the Rex and the two faces. It's night and day difference. They're
incredible.
Yeah, it's almost like two completely different figures.
Mhm.
It's there, but yeah, it's I fully agree with you.
How about
That's,
yourself?
that's excellent. For me, it's the recently released Lando Skiff Guard.
Good job.
It was one of my favourite toys as a kid. Absolutely loved it, and they've updated it. Absolutely stunning detail. Yeah, I think this is possibly my favourite Black Series figure. He's something pretty special.
We had was it around September time? The Entertainer suddenly filled with the Black Series, didn't they?
Yeah.
With a lower price tag,
£11.
£11.
Yeah.
And we're in like a little kind of collecting group, and we all call each other if we see, and we all just went wild, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was so really thrilled.
Doing a run to the Entertainer lads, who am I looking for today? But it was great to see some of those come in, especially as normally over here they retail for about £22, £24, that sort of thing, for a standard figure. So getting them £11.
Beautiful,
But
really,
absolutely
really.
amazing.
How about you, Doug? Though, what's one figure that you just went, oh god?
I don't know. For me, the DJ figure, and I think that's more the weight on the character rather than the actual figure itself.
Yeah. It's not an exciting look though on the figure, is it?
No, it's not.
Just the kind. It's all different shades of brown. It's not exciting at all, is it?
No. So for me, that's probably my dud. I mean, it doesn't help that obviously the rest of the figures that have been released this year have been very strong figures. I don't know about you, but it has been difficult not to just go, oh yeah, just have that one and that one and that one. I've picked up some nice ones this year.
They've done a good job.
But yeah, for me, that one, it's the DJ one that doesn't do it for me.
No,
Yourself?
Well, it's got to be our friends, the Porgs. I mean, for the price tag of them, I mean, I don't hate the Porgs with violent hatred, but when I saw that they were doing these, they just.
It's one of those. I'm sure there are some collectors out there that absolutely love these Porgs and have got a whole island full of them. They've got their poor little Luke figure stood there with the Porg on his head, two on his shoulders, all over the shop. I'm sure there are some that absolutely love them, but no, I know where you're coming from on that one. They're not my favourites.
Yeah, and they, I don't know. Yeah, they've slowly. Yes, we'll leave it there.
Yeah, let's move swiftly on.
But it's also been a good. I mean, on the exclusive side, there's been some fantastic. What would be an exclusive Black Series figure that you went, wow?
It's the one I think most people have actually looked at is the Gamorrean Guard. The Vintage Collection one in the 3.75 is one of my all-time favourite figures. Absolutely amazing. and I don't know if they've quite gone better than that with the exclusive one, the 6-inch. Not quite, but it's still a very good figure, and it's just a shame it is so expensive over here. I think there's a slight markup in the US on him, but it's a good £10-15 markup over here for most of the people selling him, which means there's no hope of army building this guy. And let's face it, there were a couple of guards in Jabba's palace, so you kind of need more than one, which is a shame. Which is a shame, but yeah, he's a fantastic figure for me. That's the one that really does it. Any others for yourself? Or
probably a shout out would have to probably be the Dewback with Sand Trooper.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that Sand Trooper figure, I got from the original first time round. That is 10 out of 10 as it is. Yeah, but they absolutely nailed that Dewback.
Yeah.
Well,
it's got the articulated tongue and everything. It's really well put together.
Did a fantastic job with that line. Yeah, the Black Series. No doubt we wish we could get them all. It's just the price, but to pick and choose your favourites is it makes it more special as well.
Yeah, when you get a good one, it's good to see.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so that's our look at the various lines that were released this year. We'll be back up to see what we got for Christmas.
Echo Base, this is Rogue 2. I found them. Repeat, I found them.
Right, so how was Christmas for you? Did you get some nice bits and pieces?
I did. The Mission on Vandor set, which I was thrilled about. I got the nice calendar, the gorgeous artwork one that they've done.
Oh, the posters.
Yeah, the posters.
Yeah,
one.
movie posters. Yeah.
I had TIE Fighter lamp.
Yes.
Which
I've seen that doing the rounds. Is it any good?
I haven't plugged it in yet because I'm a bit of a technophobe, so I didn't realise. I thought, well, where's the plug? But it's just a USB. You have to put it into a.
Right.
So that completely threw me. And then an early Christmas present, which I had to pick up myself, was the Luke Skywalker Black Series centerpiece.
Oh, from the Entertainer.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Really thrilled. Really thrilled with that. How about yourself?
As you know, I finally got the Imperial Assault Tank. Got some Solo 5 POA figures, T-shirts, some pajamas. I got a Royal Guard in the Black Series.
Did you?
Royal Guard, yeah, finally got one of those.
Oh,
so that was a nice little gift from Santa. So thank you very much, Santa.
Doesn't collect the Black Series.
Yeah. Who am I kidding? But yeah, it's some nice bits and pieces for Christmas. I was really pleased because of the way we do our Christmas. We've actually still got a 12th night present on the tree, so I might get a little bit more
really?
as well. So, yeah,
that's nice.
Quite lucky.
Very odd. Did you find it odd being no Star Wars this Christmas?
I did, but considering how busy this year's been for us, it was kind of a blessing in disguise. But yeah, it definitely felt odd. I've kind of got into the habit of thinking Star Wars is Christmas. Christmas is Star Wars now.
I'd gotten used to that. The annual year, it just felt right.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to have Solo at Christmas. But on the flip side of that, I have to say, without going on too much about it, but after how we felt about The Last Jedi, it felt good to have it was right to rest it, really.
Yes, I think it did need a bit of a breathing space, but yeah, we've got next year to look forward to.
Yeah, plenty.
There's what have we got? We've got the Mandalorian.
Yeah, really looking forward. So far, so good. Looking.
Yeah, the stuff set photos are looking decent.
IG-88 just announced.
Yes, yeah, nice little.
Looking well, considering. He looks pristine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, we see him at the end of Empire, and he doesn't look too good.
He didn't look very good.
The Ugnaughts have got hold of him, or what have you. So yeah, we've got the Mandalorian. We've got Cassian to look forward to. There's
the Clone Wars. Season 7.
Back. Yeah, absolutely.
I was away on holiday when that was announced. When I came back, you log on to your phone. I thought it was a joke. I couldn't quite work. I thought, well, what's going on here? They're not. And I was absolutely. We're big Clone Wars fans, aren't we? Absolutely thrilled. And that's going to be on what's it called? Disney Plus.
Yes, the new streaming app from Disney. So
more money.
Definitely, yes, definitely looking forward to that one though. especially as I mean, I've said it on here before, the Resistance show is not. It's not for us. It's not for us, and we just kind of have to let that one slide.
Yeah.
But we also got episode 9 coming up.
Yep, December 19th for us in the
yes,
UK, closing out the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm still struggling to get excited about it. I've got to be honest. We'll see what happens.
A Force Friday rumoured for October now.
Yep.
Because they're going to give it a short. Because they said part of the problem for the Last Jedi was
too much lead up.
Too much. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because of course it was before. I can remember going to Revenge of the Sith, and that was only about a month before the film came out.
Yeah. Summertime release, of course.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
But I think they're trying to get the Christmas sales in early and that sort of thing. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, we'll be there, wherever there is, covering it.
Yeah.
With no more Toys R Us, I'm not sure where the midnight launches are going to be. Possibly Smith's?
Entertainer.
Yeah, maybe the Entertainer, possibly Disney Store.
I'm hoping not the Disney Store. I went to the Last Jedi Force Friday launch in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the choice of going to either Target or Disney Store. I thought, it's Disney Store. However, they had no Hasbro at all. They had a mug and a plush Porg. So I queued for 6 hours. Then it took them 10 minutes to open the door because they read from the Wonderful World of Disney book.
Yeah.
And then, so, but I did get this exclusive poster thing, which was nice. There was only 100 of them.
Worth it.
Yeah, which I lugged around America with me. So we're hoping for a good, the Entertainer, hopefully.
Yeah, that's a good job. I'd be quite happy with Forbidden Planet if they'd be interested as well.
Yep.
Obviously, they have a decent selection in their stores. Typically a bit more expensive than everywhere else, but you can get it there. So
it's just our local one is Birmingham, and it's they've done a great job with the layout. Great store, really nice looking store, clean, friendly. It's a good, nice layout.
Yeah.
So what are you excited? So next year, we're a few days away.
Yep.
What's going to be your what's the main kind of road that you're focusing on?
I think I've realised that the vintage collection is what I really enjoy collecting. I love the look of the card backs, the vehicles, all that sort of stuff. I'm really enjoying that. So that is becoming my main focus. I'm still going to pick up some of the other bits and pieces, of course, but that's where the main prime thing is for me. And I think my collecting goals, I've got 3 goals for this year.
3 goals?
3 goals for this year.
Okay, reel off the goals.
Yeah, okay. So I don't have enough of the Kenner collection. I need to improve that, so I'm going to start by focusing on getting the first 12 as a set. Now, I know that's quite a lot, considering I probably only have one of those so far.
Who's that?
I've got Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Have you?
The old Ben. So I've got him. Oh no, I've got the Death Squad Commander. I managed to pick him up
I thought you had.
Echo Live. Oh, there we go. I'm already further along than I realised. That's a win. So I'm going to focus on trying to get those. That's one of them. For my modern sort of take, I'm going to be trying to get one of the San Diego Comic-Con proof cards for the vintage collection. They released several of those. I've got the Boba Fett one so far.
Oh, okay.
It's a very nice piece. But I'm hoping to add to that. There's a few more that I need to pick up. So I'm going to try and get one of those. And finally, my collection room.
That's right. Yeah.
The problem with that at the moment, it's got a leaky roof. I don't want to put my collection into this room until we've sorted out the roof. So sort the roof, get the collection room up and going, and then move my collection into it. And that I am going to have done by the end of the year. So that's my 3.
That's nice. That is.
Yeah.
That's a good laugh.
Are you anywhere focusing?
Focusing probably. Really, as and when I can, obviously. But going back to Kenner, I've got. I think I've got 47 Kenner figures, but a few of the first 21 elude me. Power Droid, which I've seen ample of, but for some reason just never bent down and picked him up and handed over cash. one of those ones. I think, oh, I'll get him next time, and never
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Snaggletooth.
Yep.
I think we know which version I'll be getting. Obviously not the blue.
Is it the red by any chance? Is it? It's we'll work up to the blue.
Yeah.
Is that the? Yeah, I'm way off the blue. That's for sure.
And then I'll maybe, as and when, try and see just a few of the Kenner figures. My favourite line is the 30th anniversary collection.
Mm-hmm.
It holds a lot of special. It was the first time I was at a college, first starting to earn cash. Loved the line. The articulation was great. The accessories that we got you'd have paid £20 back in the day for some of these.
Yeah.
They were fantastic. So I want to go back and just fill out those really. And plus the coin album looks odd because it's not full.
You gotta get a
A goal for those would probably be the animated Boba Fett.
Yes.
That they did.
Yes.
Recently picked up the Anakin Skywalker Spirit with Hayden Christensen from Jedi.
Yes.
That they did.
Yeah. Controversial figure.
Yeah. But I needed a few more Anakin figures really, so that was that. And then what else do I probably?
So that's your vintagey modern.
Yeah, and then a bit more off focus. You mentioned the first, the original 12. Well, I haven't quite got a way to display them, so I'm looking at a few different ways of maybe the card back or a separate display piece, or making something just to
draw some attention to them.
Just so I could. At the minute, they're all kind of in the middle of the other figures, but they seem they're quite special, and I was thrilled. It was actually down to you, were the one that pointed out the original Han Echo, so it was down to Chris that all this trouble has occurred.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, so we both got a bit of a focus to plough us through to next year. So obviously we've covered a lot of the toys and what have you that we picked up. What's your favourite thing altogether that you've picked up this year?
Doesn't have to be a toy.
Nope. Anything you like.
I did really enjoy, because it took ages for them to come over to us. It seemed was that it's not called Sabak. Or Sabak,
right?
Because Lucasfilm hadn't got the name apparently, so it was called just the Han Solo card game.
Right. Yes, this was a Hasbro one. Wasn't it?
Great box, great design. Because it's based and it's pretty much rule for rule.
Yeah.
I think as it is in the we've had a game, haven't we? And it's been good fun with a couple of beers.
It's it works very well. I can see how you could expand it to be something a bit more complex, absolutely. But it's easy to get into in the first place.
Yeah. That was nice. The dice. Off eBay you can get like one which will be good for like a cosplay. But at Zavvi, when the Blu-ray was coming out, they did an authorized. Got a gorgeous little box, like a pouch. Yeah. This felt pouch. Some good weight to them as well. His lucky dice from the film.
Right. Yes.
They were a nice surprise, really. I wasn't expecting too much, but I was quite thrilled with what they were. How about yourself?
So that's beautiful. I don't know. There's been a couple of bits and pieces. Obviously, the tanks are a favourite. I loved when we went to Echo Live. Managed to pick up the Hermie Hurdle from the
he's a great figure.
30th anniversary collection.
He's huge.
Yeah, he's a big figure. He's got a sort of face to him. He's a lot of fun. You don't see many of those figures in the line anymore, which is a shame. But he was a good one. But I'd probably say it was the Han Solo for the Carbonite from the Kenner line. The Carbonite block is the only piece of my childhood collection that I've got left. The rest of it I stupidly sold off when I was a kid. That wasn't with us at the time, so it stayed. And I finally managed to put a Han Solo back with the Carbonite block. I'm sure
he's
nice.
Thrilled about that.
Yes, yes, he's thrilled to bits about it. Yeah, but it's. I think that's probably the favourite piece I've picked up this year.
That's nice.
Definitely looking forward to next year. Some more pickups.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that'll probably do it for this video. Just want to say a huge thank you to John Hipkiss for joining us this time around. Where can people find you?
The usual, the old Instagram, just Jon Hipkiss, and then Facebook and Twitter and all that malarkey. We've got some shows at the Leicester Comedy Festival, if anyone's around there. I touched briefly on Star Wars but it slowly dawned on me that not everyone, which is a shock to me, is an avid. So we do talk about other stuff.
No, I suppose there are people out there that don't like.
Who
Star
are
Wars.
these people?
Don't know. But no, we'll put some links in the description down below as to where you can get in touch with John if you want to speak to him, or if you want to go and see him in at one of his gigs.
Thanks for having me.
No, thank you very much. And of course, we are live from John's collection room. You can see it just behind us here. The Clone Wars shelf just there.
There's a little Mace window from clones looking very angry at us.
Absolutely. So thank you very much for hosting us here as well. Coming up in the new year, we'll be hoping to do a couple of collection videos. Probably start with John's if that's all right.
Sure.
So we'll get a proper view of John's collection, have a bit of a chat with him about that as well. The next video is likely to be the Vintage to Modern series, continuing into the 21 back, so a useful one for you to keep an eye on.
Yep, I'll be looking for that one.
See what that is. And we'll also be doing the usual news videos as and when they come along. I think those are a pretty good mainstay. Our next event that we'll actually be at is going to be Echo Live. That is in May, May the 4th,
May the 4th,
back in
Saturday,
Redditch.
yeah.
So
Kingfisher Centre.
That's the one. So we're going to be there. If you do come along, do come and say hello. We'd be more than happy to have a chat with you and get to meet a few people. Other than that, we've got much later in the year. We've got Force Friday,
Rumoured to be October.
Yep.
But of course we don't know where.
Yeah, where that's going to be.
The obvious choice would be Smith's,
Yeah.
Entertainer, Disney Store.
Yep. Possibly Forbidden Planet.
Possibly,
maybe
yeah.
Slightly different, but who knows? We'll as and when we get some more information on that, we'll of course let you know on here. So anyway, thank you very much. This has been our year in review. Hope you've enjoyed it. Here's to a fantastic 2019, and yeah, until next time.